Good evening and welcome to our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you. The regular season, coach, is quickly coming to an end.
Not much left, Jeff. We got about 10 days left in the regular season, maybe 3 games for all the teams and right into districts. But we got a good old Northeast Michigan Conference slobber knocker going on tonight with the Gladwin Flying G's coming over to Pinconning and take on the Spartans.
First 10 games of the year, Gladwin really struggled. They did not play well. They lost some close games, but they couldn't get on the snide. But we know what happens the next series of 5 games. They really started putting things together, strung a couple of wins together, and they're in every ball game they've played lately.
Well, we said it once, we said it 100 times. If you're going to start playing well, this is the time to do it. And, you know, we've watched the Flying G's for many, many years when we were up north on KJC, and we know what those kids are capable of. They'll play hard. They'll play physical. Pinconning's got a good test tonight. The Flying G's will be well prepared to play.
Well, Pinconning with their veteran coach, Casey Paschik, he's got a club now that only has 2 seniors on it. One of them with significant playing time, and Blake Schumann.
Yeah, Blake Schumann, Jeff, is the only senior on the team and doing a really, one of the seniors on the team. But when you look at that squad, you look at Zach Johnson, 17 points a game. Then you look at Tommy Yanoski, 13 points a game. So right there, you got 30 points right there between those 2 kids. And we saw them play against Bay City All Saints. I think the key to this team is defense is the number one thing, but they are so physical. They put a body on you. They get after you. And Yanoski and Johnson, that 2-headed physical monster, are the key to the Spartans tonight.
With this club, though, Coach, you've got 30 points that you can count on the game. Where Pinconning gets their other points is what goes on next. You know, Labine, the last time, the sophomore came up with 16 at All Saints, but they have not gotten consistency past the first 2.
Well, and then you get, Labine, like you said, Schumann doing a nice job getting concentrating on doing his thing. He's a really good defensive player. But when you get some contributions, 7 to 10 points out of maybe 3, maybe 4 coming off the bench, and he can go deep, too, with the Pinconning area Spartans. So, I like this team tonight. We're on their home floor. Beautiful facility, good crowd. Friday night basketball.
Well, and the Goshawks are down to 8 healthy players. The bug has really hit them. So, Coach may update his strategy a little bit and try and run those kids from Gladwin and see if they can tucker them out.
Well, we had a nice conversation about what we think he should do tonight. Let's see what his game plan is here in a few minutes.
That about puts the wraps on our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show. Back with all the game action on Bay County TV in just a moment.
At Covenant Healthcare, we see this every day. As the region's leader, Covenant has the best emergency and trauma team for adults and children. Because on an ordinary day, you just may need the extraordinary.
Good evening and welcome. It's Friday night basketball. Here, it's the Goshawks from Gladwin and the Pinconning area Spartans all set for tip-off as the tip is controlled by the Flying G's. And Shea is one of those big twin towers downside.
He's a big feller, isn't he?
He, along with Sackett, are going to be 2 big kids to have to deal with. How about right off the bat, Schumann shows his defensive abilities, and with a steal, Pinconning into their first offensive set.
It's going to be a nice little matchup with number 44, Shea, and Zach Johnson, Jeff. And Johnson can step outside and fill it, so that'll be a tough matchup for Gladwin. Right where he left off the last time we saw him.
Tommy Yanoski, boy, came off a screen, squared it up, got everything in rhythm, put it up, hit nothing but the bottom of the net.
Nice shot. Good way for the Pinconning area Spartans to start the game, Jeff.
Has a quick basket at the other end. I believe that goes to Sackett. And that big fella, too, he is really making things happen around the basket. It's going to be interesting to see if Pinconning can pull them out away from the basket, the big fellas. As going strong to the hole, that's how you make it happen. as Almeida is going to get two at the free throw line. You got to go right at those big fellas and see if you can get them moving their feet and in foul trouble.
That's Flying G's first team foul. That foul was on number 0, Jeff. Cal Woodbury, his first team foul, number 1 against the G's. Almeida, first one up. Good looking shot right there.
Almeida with his first of 2. He's their third leading scorer at about 7 points a game, so he has shown some consistency in the last half of the year.
Yeah, they got between 3 starters, they're pumping up 37 points a game, so you get a little help off the bench like that, maybe you get another starter to chip in 7 to 9, and going to be a successful night for the Pinconning area Spartans.
Yeah, I think the winner's going to have mid-50s tonight, and that was just a great look again to number 31, Sackett. From the other twin tower down there, number 44, Shea. Those guys worked really well together on that last possession.
Well, and Sackett and Yanoski are going to go at each other along with Shea and Johnson. So a couple good matchups here in this ball game tonight, Jeff.
That ball's out of bounds.
Bones almost got that one.
Oh, Bones is in the house. He was reaching forward for that ball, but he didn't get it.
There he is.
Bones is on the TV again tonight from behind.
Turn around, there. Bones. We got you.
He came with the building here, so he's worthy of getting a little airtime tonight.
Boy.
One of the staples in Pinconning.
He told us again, like he's been telling us for 20 years, he's done.
He's got to use the reverse psychology.
Yeah.
He just said he didn't want to be on TV. That's just saying you want it. Look at the big fella with a soft touch. Sackett now with all 6 of his team's points, and it is 6-5 as the Spartans on the offensive set down 1. There's a great move to the hole, and Sackett gets a small piece of that one as well. It's down at the other end of the floor. Let's see if anybody else from the Goshawks is going to contribute tonight, or it's going to be the Sackett show.
But I like Yanoski taking it to the rack, Jeff. Challenging Sackett with his, he almost got his 8th. He did get his 8th point, and he got fouled.
You got to get a body on that big, tall kid, and you can't just allow him the free range jump that he got here on the 2 rebounds before the third one came back. That's what Casey Pasik's going. Get that dupa on him and back him up a couple of feet.
That's on Schumann. That'll be his first team foul number 1 on the Spartans, Jeff.
So all 8 of the points going for point number 9. And the free throw shooting doesn't look like it's his forte.
He was too close.
As they go underneath, nice look out to Yanoski. He's going to take it strong to the hole. He goes up looking for the soft home rims. Gets a friendly roll, and it's 8-7. The Spartans with 7 points in the first 3 minutes of the ball game. That's an encouraging start for them offensively.
Like the way Yanoski is taking it to the rack tonight, Jeff. He did the same thing against All Saints, but having Sackett guarding him, taking them to the hole is going to put a lot of pressure defensively on Sackett from the Flying G's.
Yeah, that's what you've got to do with these 2 bigs. You got to get them to the hole and see if you can get them in foul trouble. Yeah, you're going to get a few of them slapped.
Yep.
But that's what you got to do for success. You got to make them work hard and see if you either get tired or into foul trouble. As they come, Almeida back up top. Gets the ball back to Yanoski. Trying to slide the ball around right now.
Looks like they're running the flex, my friend.
There's some big-time screening going on down underneath there. Back to a triple team. Almeida back deep on the wing as they force that ball down to Johnson. Johnson does a nice job. Schumann wide open for a trifecta. Can't get it to drop. Look at the rebound. Back with another wide open look. Yanoski tickling the twine on the trifecta. The Spartans with their first lead of the game.
Great ball movement right there, Jeff. They went from one side of the floor to the other. That's why they got that open 3.
At the other end, fight for the rebound. Johnson didn't get it, but he kept it alive before it got out to Schumann.
Good box out by the Spartans right there. Got to put a body on those big fellas for the Flying G's.
And again, halfway through the first quarter, the Spartans with 10 points offensively. That's got to make Coach Paschik very pleased. Again, playing out front and then moving around as that ball goes down, but it's going to come back down into the second row where it can be picked up. As with 3:43 left in our first quarter of play, the Spartans up a deuce on the defensive end.
Both teams playing hard on the defensive end of the floor, Jeff. Good closeout right there by Dakota Mays. And good defense right there. Coming out under control. So the offensive player's got to make a decision. If you don't come out under control, it's too easy for the offense. Nice glide stance. Good under control by Dakota.
And they just came out enough to alter that pass just a little bit, and it sailed out of bounds. Almeida up top. Sends it deep on the right-hand wing to Mays. The pair of 11s going at each other. Now getting rid of the ball just before that 5-second count. As Janoski's going to start the offense over. Zach Johnson going to have that ball knocked away. They'll get possession back with 3:01 left in our first.
Nice job by defense by Flying G's right there. Tipped out of bounds, Jeff. Pinconning doing really just basic offense, pass, pick away, and the big fellas screen for each other down on the blocks. And we're going to have a Flying G foul. Nice job by Janoski. Again, taking it to the rack. That foul is going to be on Cal Woodbury. His second, team foul number 2 for the Flying G's.
Well, between Johnson and Janoski, they're going to try and get the two bigs in foul trouble, but at least they've got somebody with 2 fouls early. And look at the touch. The friendly home roll here. First of 2 free throws is good. Janoski, he's got some points rolling already tonight for Pinconning.
He's got 9, looking for number 10 right now for the junior, Tommy Janoski. Up and just a little bit too strong, Jeff. Back over to the Flying G's.
Leading scorer in the game, Janoski with 9 and 8 for the big fella Sackett. So 2 people have really dominated the offensive play early on. Near steal. As they go back up top, they're going to try and go to the hole, and they're not going to be able to make a living. How about a little Willie Masconi on that? A little body English made that shot. It looked an impossible angle.
Oh, Johnson had a little piece of equipment come off, handed it to the referee. Referee threw it off the floor right in front of the scorer's table, so a little side out of bounds. 2:31, Jeff, to go here in the first quarter. Good ball game so far.
Yes, this is a very entertaining start as the Pinconning area Spartans and the Flying G's appear to be very evenly matched up here in the early going.
Pass, pick away. Big fellas screen for each other across. Love that offense. Old school offense right there, Jeff.
And there's another opportunity, and finally the rebound comes down to number 22, Bragg. As those 2 big teams are banging on the boards big time. Nice little soft feathery touch for Shea as he gets a deuce.
You get Shea that low, that close to the basket, Jeff. He's a big kid. He's going to score every time. So you got to beat him to the spot. You got to chest him across the lane. Don't let him get to the spot without chesting him.
And, you know, I love the fact that the officials are letting these kids play. Schumann with a wide open 3 ball. That's off the mark. And the big fella goes up, and he really gets the Windex out and cleans the glass.
He's got some length to him, too, Jeff. He's got long arms. Good-looking player for the Flying G's.
The Flying G's back up on top, 12-11. And that shot is off the mark. But, boy, what a great offensive rebound, really, by throwing it back in from out of bounds. As that shot can't drop. That's not their high percentage shot. You don't need the big fellas from 17 out there. Look at Johnson going strong to the hole, beats the defender to the spot with a little kiss off the glass from the left side. And the seesaw battle continues with a minute left in the first.
Man, that was a nice take. He took it 84 feet. Jeff took it all the way coast to coast. Nice job by Johnson getting the deuce, and the Spartans up by 1.
Well, he put that shoulder down as the foul is going to go on O'Brien, or excuse me, Lupke. That'll be an out-of-bounds situation. But, boy, you could tell when he dipped that shoulder and went strong to the hole that he had the angle to get there. And his quickness, I think, surprised Shea a little bit, and it ended up with a beautiful deuce.
You know, he's quick, and he's left-handed, Jeff, so if he goes up with that strong hand, he's tough to stop.
Long 3 ball up in the air from number 22 on a play Bragg, and that is no good. as the Spartans up 1 with 33 ticks and counting left in our first quarter of play. Trying to do the back screen. Now they're going to go underneath. A little fade away and missed by Zach Johnson. So I think the Flying G's are going to look for the last shot of the quarter, Coach.
Yeah, it was a good-looking shot right there by Johnson. He just a little long, but you're right, Jeff. They'll go for the last shot.
Nice closeout that time. It's the great defense. And now they're going to try and come down the floor. Oh, they just had Blake Schumann. A bounce pass there would have ended up in a layup with about a second left in the quarter. But it's 0.9 seconds left, and it will be. Yep, come on down here.
Good survey by DJ Labine right there, Jeff. Had the right idea. Just like I think if a bounce pass, he might have got it through. 0.9 of a second to go.
At the buzzer, it is a basket from Zachary Johnson. And at the end of one, the Pinconning Spartans 15 and the Goshawks from Gladwin 12. Back in a moment for the second quarter on Bay County TV.
AAA Transport and Limousine is the Great Lakes Bay region's most reliable and requested transportation service. For over a decade, we have been helping our clients to get to their destination on time, in style, and comfort. AAA's services include non-emergency medical transport, wheelchair accessible, school transportation, and shuttle services. We strive to provide exceptional customer service and tailor our fleet to meet your individual needs. Rest assured that you are in safe hands when you ride with AAA Transport and Limousine. To set up your next appointment, give us a call at 989-893-8294.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala. There is the superintendent of schools, Mike View.
With the new football coach, Coach Wilson.
And the new coach, indeed, you got a chance to spend a minute. You said that he had a pretty firm handshake.
Yes, he did. But they're really high on him up here, Jeff. And you know what? He's got great kids up here. And I told him, I said, we'll be up here a couple times. We're looking forward to having you on, and we'll come fall time. We'll interview you, and we'll talk a little football. And he's let me know, and I'll be there.
Well, you got to enjoy that.
Nice young man.
As there's going to be a foul on the play, the Flying G's number 11, Williams, with a little reach in. Still, the officials are doing a great job of letting them play. Those are what they call purpose foul calls early in the game. They keep you from reaching all game long, knowing that they're going to be paying attention to it.
Yep.
So, therefore, they can maybe eliminate the next 3 or 4 because of the fact that it's been taken care of. Look at the great Janoski move. Super pass in a perfect position off the bounce from Zach Johnson.
That was a nice cut by Janoski, Jeff. And sometimes when you see your defender turn that head, that's when you go. You got to watch what he's doing. And that's what Janoski did. Nice cut.
Trying to go strong to the hole. Making it happen. Look at Janoski with the backside screen up. My favorite rebound in the game. And he sealed off Shea, the big fella. Look at that, strong to the hole. The rebound and put back, unable to finish is Johnson, as he wants that one back because he kept that thing up above the head and put it right back in and just rolled off.
Nice job by Johnson running the floor, Jeff. He gets down the floor for a big guy. He's got a good sprint on him. So when you get your big guys beating the other big guys down the floor, that's a plus.
As we're into the 6:50 mark left in our first half of play, Johnson underneath, Shea with the rebound and the putback as the Goshawks go on the offensive set. Little kiss at the other end. Fight for the loose change. Just a little ahead of the pack.
What a great pass.
What a perfectly thrown to DJ Labine. The youngest of the 3 brothers up here, and this boy has got some talent.
Man, I'll tell you what, that was just a perfect pass. Put it right there. We didn't have to put it on the Jeff. Went up for the easy layup. Nice offense. Good fast break right there by the Pinconning.
Well, that almost looked like Janoski throwing the football the way he put that thing right on the dot.
Yeah, that was really nice. And good job by Lepke surveying the floor, Jeff. Head up when he got the ball. Saw Labine for the easy bunny.
And those points you got to have in a game. You got to have 4 or 5 buckets during the game that are just come easy like that.
Yep.
Both teams with 3 team fouls in the first half, 6:05 and counting left in our first half of play. Another long 3 ball, and that is Bragg with the trifecta.
It's nice to bring somebody off the bench like that. No, he's a starter, Jeff, Wilson Bragg. He gets his first 3 of the game. Shot off by the Pinconning area Spartans.
As we're making a little contribution here to the Pinconning Athletics.
And that's probably what it will be, a contribution. It always is.
Well, we couldn't think of a better place to donate, but we're due. We're due to win.
We are.
And it's going to be an offensive foul. Zach Johnson just a little bit out of control going to the hole. This is CJ up here is the king of the 50-50. All he does is look at you, and you just automatically get your wallet out. 5:31 left in our first half of play. Spartans still holding on to a 2-point lead as the Goshawks will have their hands back on the basketball and trot the length of the basketball floor.
Pinconning going to stay in that man-to-man defense, Jeff. Nice backdoor cut right there. Oh, just a little bit too strong, but again, a little high-low game right there by the Flying G's.
Well, and Sackett out of the ball game as he started off like a house of fire, but he was kind of quiet the last 5 minutes. Look at Janoski, pump fakes, gets the defender off balance, and then puts it right back in. Janoski's on fire with 13 first-half points.
Man, I'll tell you what, Janoski is just, he may not have the height on Sackett, Jeff, but he's got the strength.
Schumann with the tip away. They're going forward. Shot is up and missed on the play as Lepke couldn't get that in, and some of the crowd wanted a foul. I thought it was a good no call.
Bragg with the basket at the other end, 4:35 and counting to go, Jeff. Nice up and down pace to this basketball game.
And I think that pace favors Spartans because they're a much deeper team. I think that'll pay dividends near the fourth quarter. Schumann couldn't get it, pump fake up. He gets it back, tries it again, and that is where the big fella Sackett just absorbed that ball. Still up by 2. Pinconning area Spartans on defense. Sackett with a fall away. That's not going to get it done. As Shea gets the rebound. Shot out on the play, and Sackett couldn't get near the rebound. He tried to slap it away, but Janoski had great positioning as they slide that ball around. And great
Schumann
job by Schumann. Yes.
That was like a gymnast.
As down at the other end, Sackett's length, man, just Janoski was shocked that ball got tipped. And at the other end, another soft, feathery touch by Williams in the deuce. And I think we're going to have a timeout. Pinconning, we're tied at 21 with 3:39 left in the first half. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
Our smiles can light up a room. Our work can light up an entire city. We're the men and women of the IBEW, working with a code of excellence that guarantees the job will be done right, on time, and safely. We're lighting the path to the future. Let us show you just how bright that path is.
Back here on Bay County TV, a little peek over at the Pinconning area Spartan student section. They're doing the wave over there, a few of them. They realize
they're waving at Bay County TV.
They know Bay County TV's in the house.
Or they're telling us to get out, one of the two.
Oh, man, once we finally got up here, that accident on 75 shut us down for a half hour, but we knew we'd be here in time, and just pleased to be here at Pinconning. It's one of the great basketball venues that we'll go to all year long.
Beautiful facility.
Levine wide open for a 3-ball, gets a double piece of iron. That ball tipped away as Dakota Mays tried to put it right back up. And I am very, very impressed with Sackett's length and his balance and body movement. He does a lot of that without fouling.
Yeah, he's got a good ability to block those shots, Jeff. Now what the Spartans got to do, put a little head fake, get him up in the air, kind of jump into it a little bit, not to get the offensive foul, draw that contact, be tough with the ball. make it or get to the free throw line.
Well, a lot of times when you go up, Mike, even though you've got verticality, you don't stay straight up in the air. You can get them leaning, and there's going to be almost 100 out of 100 times that the defense is going to get called for the foul.
Yeah, get him off his feet because he's a shot blocker, does a very nice job at it.
Up top, they go back to Levine. Levine goes between the legs, and he says, I'm going to just send this strong right side. They're showing great patience on this offensive set. They're making the Goshawks work defensively as they're in that 2-3 zone now.
Yeah, they came out of the man-to-man after that timeout, Jeff. Little chess match. Call the timeout. Little different look for the Goshawks on defense with that matchup zone.
As another miss by the Spartans as they've gone cold offensively. Sackett runs out of real estate down on the baseline, and a rarefied turnover for the Goshawks in this game.
2:27 to go here in a briskly played first half, Jeff. Good up and down. Referees letting the kids play. Only 17 fouls between both teams.
Total,
so
yeah.
This is a game that we like to watch right here. Kids playing hard, referees letting them play. Good coaching going on also.
There is Janoski. He's feeling it. Tickling the twine on another trifecta with 16 first half points unofficially. Unbelievable effort that time. He's 3 over his season average, and we've still got 2 minutes left in the first half. Ooh, that could have been an offensive foul as he used that off arm to make it happen. Tough, though, because that's almost got to be a call that your center makes because it's the lead official's blocked by that. And the center's got a whole lot of responsibility down covering that whole backside paint area, so that's not an easy thing to detect even with 3 on the floor. Trying to answer with a 3 ball of their own, halfway out and then back in by number 11, Williams. And we're tied at 24 with $1:35 and counting left in our first half of play.
Fine G's going to stay in this 2-3 matchup zone, Jeff.
There's a 3 ball rattling home. O'Brien says anything you can do.
I can do better.
Reminds me of a song, but we'll spare the folks. $1:20 and counting left in the first half. They go underneath the Shea. Big fella trying to make it happen, gets his own putback. That one's halfway down and pops out too. Here come the Spartans with $1:10 left in the first half. Wide open for a little mid-range jumper. Shot is missed by number 11, Dakota Mays. And we're going to have a Goshawk timeout on the floor with $1:02 left in the first half. Spartans by 3. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
So your car is getting towed and you're not sure where to take it? Try Village Towing and Auto Repair. Our expert mechanics are here to help assist you with all your repair needs. We have over 30 years of experience with motor vehicles, so you know you're getting the best work that you can find. Stop by the shop at 2377 South Huron Road in Coquitlam or give us a call at 989-684-9607.
Back here on Bay County TV as we look at Coach Paschik coming out of the timeout. Now's where the chess match goes because Casey's going to say, you know, I'm going to run an offensive set on our next time on the floor based on the zone defense. Will the Goshawks go back to the man?
Coach, A+.
Well,
you've been listening.
Josh Paul, the head coach of the Goshawks after Kurt Taylor, the long-time coach.
Yeah.
Seems like he was there for 30-plus years in that program. Yep, no over and back, or there was no palming of the ball or anything. It was just a high, unordinary dribble, but nothing wrong with it.
G's will stay in the 2-3 matchup zone, Jeff.
And that surprised me. I thought that they would come out of that. And again, they can be extremely patient right now, up by 3. You take the last shot of the half, and you almost guarantee that you're going to be.
Well, 3-second call?
Yeah. I'm not a fan of that call.
I did not, I was looking out towards, Janoski was looking over at Coach Paschik to see what play he wanted to run. But unfortunately, it's turned over by the Pinconning area Spartans. And 25.0 to go.
When you're a non-factor in there, and it looked like he was straddling the lane, he really wasn't clear-cut in it. I'm not a big fan of that call.
Didn't see it, Jeff. You were closer to it. You were looking there. I was looking out front. So tough break for the Pinconning area Spartans, though.
Well, going strong to the hole and a block with 3 seconds left. And an opportunity to throw it the length of the floor at the end of our first half of play. The Pinconning area Spartans 27 and the Goshawks from Gladwin 24. Back in a moment, we'll recap this first half, set the stage for the second half right here on Bay County TV.
It doesn't matter what kind of weather. It doesn't matter what time of day or night. When Mother Nature's done her worst, the only thing that matters to us is keeping the lights on for you. The hard-working men and women of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, dedicated to keeping the power on in communities across the country. Because when bad weather strikes, we know what matters most. The IBEW, the power professionals.
Back at the IBEW 692 halftime show. Just call us lucky. Finally, after all these years, we finally hit a 50-50, Mike.
Wow, we haven't had one of those in a long time, brother. And Nick's going to give it to us all, so we'll count it out after the game.
I think he'll divvy it out,
Yeah.
and we'll all be pleased. But a first half that was obviously a Janoski show for Pinconning.
Jeff, impressive by Janoski. Did a great job. 16 points in the first half. Did it outside, did it inside, taking it to the rack, made some free throws. So he had a tremendous first half against a pretty good defender in Sackett for the Flying G's, a tall, lanky kid. Blocked a couple of shots. Janoski says, that's not going to bother me. I'm going to keep going to work.
You got to keep taking it to the hole, but you have to also be aware of the fact that the officials are letting these kids play, and so you're not going to pick up a ton of fouls on the inside.
Yeah, nobody got in foul trouble there, Jeff. I think they only had 6 fouls total between the two teams. Officials doing a nice job letting them play. Pinconning's doing a nice job getting up and down the floor. Flying G's are shooting the ball outside, but the Shea and Sackett inside doing a nice job. Sackett's got 10 points for the Flying G, so 27-24. Great first half for both squads.
The pace of the game, I think, favors Pinconning.
Yep.
They tried to get up and down the floor to try and wear them out. Pinconning using a little bit more rotation than the Goshawks.
Yeah, they're going deep into their bench, Jeff, but I like the way they're getting up and down the floor. Point guards are surveying the floor, getting their head up when on the fast break, looking down the floor. Couple easy baskets for the Pinconning area Spartans and doing a nice job making their free throws. Defensively, I like the way they're playing. Flying G's are mixing it up on defense, but Pinconning's recognizing that and been very effective.
They went to the flex a few sets on the man-to-man, but once they went into that zone, the Goshawks pretty much stayed with that. I really think that's to save energy for the second half. I think Coach realized his kids were starting to get gassed.
Yeah, that going up and down the floor against Pinconning is tough. They like to giddy up, saddle it up, get up and down the floor, Jeff. And what I also like about it is Johnson and the big fellas for Pinconning, they got really, really good speed up and down the floor. So you run that sideline fast break and Johnson gets to that ball side block, they could be very effective.
There's not a bigger floor in Northeast Michigan than this, so running up and down the floor makes it happen. We're getting ready for the second half, so that about puts the wraps on the IBEW 692 halftime show. Back with all the second half action in just a moment.
It takes a lot to raise a family. A good job, a good salary, and some patience. A lot of people my age are drowning in college debt. But I chose a different path. I'm a member of the IBEW, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. I work hard for my job, and I love what I do. I had a lot of choices for my future, but I made the best choice for my family. IBEW, the right choice.
All right, back and ready for the second half on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala along with you. Jared and Natalie Doan on the camera. Nick Page producing and directing. As we're down to just 1.5 regular season games left on Bay County TV.
Where'd this season go, my friend?
It went poof.
Poof the Magic Dragon.
Let's see if we can end this one in style. As underneath, that ball looks like it's going to stay here as the Goshawks will have their hands back on the basketball. 12 ticks played in our third quarter.
And got a little lucky at halftime like we talked about. Won the 50-50 for the first time in I don't know how long.
First time in a long time. Boy, that thing just fell right into Shea's lap.
That's a great pass.
A great fortuitous bounce, shall we say. 7:30 left in the third quarter. Spartans with the offense, up by 1. Janoski going strong to the hole. Look at the little kiss off the glass with a little fingertip on the left side. He'll go to the free throw line to try and finish off the three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Right where he left off in the first half, Jeff. Nice job by Janoski. Nice left hand taking it to the rack. 7:26 just underway here in the third quarter.
His first step to the hole, Coach, is faster than the defense has been able to anticipate tonight. And that blow-by happens in a hurry. And all cotton on the delivery after a bend to the knees and a flick of the wrist. 19 of the Spartans, 30 points. Oh, and they're going to have a little ticky in the backcourt.
Going to be on Blake Schumann. It's going to be his second personal, Jeff. And a little different look by the Pinconning area Spartans. They're going to come out with a 2-2-1 three-quarter court trap. See what the Flying G's can do with this.
That's the guy you want to have his hands on the ball, but he didn't dribble it at all. Trying to go strong to the hole. Janoski did a great job back there. The two bigs were back the fastest. Schumann thought about going down. They go underneath. There's a great look. Zach Johnson makes it happen for his 6th points of the game. And I like the energy the Spartans have started this second half out with.
Well, and sometimes you come out and put that press on, Jeff. You get a little energy. You're very active. You're moving. You're just not sitting back. And that's a nice call by Coach Paschik.
At the other end, a good answer is Johnson didn't really want to foul him, so he just put the arms up and made him go over the extended reach.
They got some nice rims here at the Pinconning gym. They're a little soft.
They're friendly.
Yes, they are.
And look at that again. Boy, with a tough angle to the baseline, got a glass and 2 full pieces of iron. Couldn't get it to drop.
Another good look down low by Johnson, Jeff. Another good look by the Pinconning area Spartans.
And again, Blake Schumann doing a great job of not giving up baseline up at the top of the key. Tickling the twine on the try is Bragg for 3.
That young man's 7 points already, Jeff.
They got him for 10 on the board.
I'm sorry,
with
10.
That last trifecta.
Yep, 10, I'm sorry.
And then we're going to have a foul as they finally go underneath, and Sackett gets a little body to cause that foul. And
that's his second personal.
That's what they've got to do, man. They've got to go underneath, and if they can get one more on him, he'll sit for an extended period of the third.
Nice thing about the Pinconning area gym, they got a fantastic scoreboard here, Jeff. They give the fouls for the players on the floor, the timeouts, and the total fouls per player, which is really nice.
Janoski just hits 20 points in the game right now, as 20 of the team's 33 points. He's got about 2/3 of the production on this club tonight so far. And
man,
boy, he has just got the stroke going.
He's in a groove, as they say. Not a better feeling when you're a shooter.
As Shea's going to pull up from about 13, and Janoski comes back down the floor with a great backside box out and a rebound. At the other end of the floor, they're going to bring that thing back around again.
Good balance.
He goes back up top. Don't force the action.
Yep.
Now they go underneath the Zach Johnson. Look at Janoski. Pump fakes and just short-armed it a little bit. But I still love that offensive set for Pinconning.
They've got good balance, Jeff. Good spacing, good sideline break. And like we like to say, it's not a fast break. It's a control break. They don't have anything. They pull it out and run their offense.
Look at the double team coming. Oh, got away with a shuffle of the Tootsies on the baseline.
I thought so, too.
But it's still a 1-point Spartan lead with 5 and 10 and counting left in our third quarter of play. Glad to have you along here. The Pinconning Spartans are playing really well. Janoski's going to have number 3 on Sackett. Great job. He felt the contact, threw that ball up in the air, and boy, he hit the floor hard.
Well, that's a big foul, Jeff. That young man's had 3 fouls right here in the third quarter. We got 5 minutes and 3 seconds to go. Janoski back at the line shooting 2.
Boy, they're going to give up about 4 inches of height on the floor right now as Sackett's going to have to come out. They're replacing him with about 6'3". So big advantage now. Let's see if the big 2 from Pinconning are going to continue that work inside with a little more space.
You got to take advantage of that, right? That Dylan Brady, number 10, Ian Graves comes in, the junior. You got to take advantage of that substitution right there. go right at that young man,
And
right off the bench.
You almost think Sackett's going to sit for the entirety of the third quarter.
I would say you probably have to.
Again, Shea's not going to make a living putting that ball down on the floor. That's not where he does his best work, it's obvious to see. Trying to go back the other way, coming on the inside. Schumann is going to pick up the foul.
I think that's going to be Blake's third personal, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
No, they got him for 2. Team foul number 2 for the Spartans at the line.
Graves.
Ian Graves, shoot 2. A little bit too strong.
Boy, line drive on that first offering. You don't get the friendly rolls when that ball's that flat coming out of your hands. Let's see if he makes a slight adjustment here on the second offering.
Got to put a little altitude on him.
That one's got a little bit more trajectory, but a nice box out by Janoski. He's done it all. At the other end of the floor, the ball takes a nice bounce. Janoski for the 3-ball. Oh! Tickling the twine again with 4.5 left in the third. Wow. He's on fire with 24.
Man, what a nice fast break. Good ball movement, one side to the other. You know what? Janoski's hot. Fill it. If you got the shot, you might as well shoot it.
Yeah, and when you're feeling it from 22, you don't have to take it down in the paint.
It looks like a hula hoop when you're shooting or when you're feeling it,
There's
Jeff.
not a better feeling. An answer at the other end, halfway down, and it comes out quickly back down the floor. And the ball is out of bounds as the pass was intended for Almeida. So the Pinconning Spartans are looking to push it, and I really think that you're starting to see a tad bit of fatigue into the Gladwin Flying G's right now.
Yeah, you know, and I think that full court pressure by the Spartans is giving the Flying G's a little bit too much to handle. Janoski, no, I'm sorry, yeah, it is Janoski again.
Yeah, Shea, after that pump fake, he got caught really flat-footed, and you talked about that earlier. When you're not getting the fouls, you pump fake, and the Flying G's are going to have a timeout. Down 6 with 3:45 left in the third. The Pinconning area Spartan fans are loving it. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
Over the years, he's put his heart into being your dad. He was always there to fix things. Now that he needs help, don't lose hope. Covenant Center for the Heart is leading the way in minimally invasive heart options for inoperable or high-risk patients, with the first and most comprehensive structural heart disease program in the Great Lakes Bay region. It's extraordinary heart care, close to home.
Back here on Bay County TV, look at the fans here tonight, Coach.
Well, right there, smack dab in the middle with the big Spartan shirt on, our good friend Bucky Schumann, President Award winner, Hall of Famer. Did a nice man talk to him before the game, and man, I'll tell you what, you don't find any bigger supporter than that here in Pinconning.
Well, he's a great supporter. He's a great individual, and he's never at a loss for words. That's a great trifecta.
And always stops by and says hi to us, and we greatly appreciate it. He's a great guy.
Well, from one President's Award winner to the other. And the common thread is you introduced us both.
And that's as close as I'm going to get to being inducted.
I wouldn't go that far, Coach. So we'll talk about that another
on the way
day,
home.
Up by 6, playing defense right now as the Goshawks, really, this is an important possession for them. Trying to go to the hole, short arm down on the baseline. Who else but Janoski with that ball? And I'd kick that thing right back out to him in the corner and let it fly.
He's had a nice game on both ends of the floor, Jeff. Offensively, defensively, free throws. Complete game by that young man tonight.
Almeida had that ball partially deflected, and the ball comes down to the Flying G's as we're touching the 3-minute mark left in our third quarter of play. Spartans still up by 6. Look at Shea. He brought that ball down, and
Don't do that.
They were swarming him.
Us little guys like it when you big fellas do that.
And again, the pressure causes an unforced turnover. A little shuffle of the Tootsies.
Jeff, I got time. How about our friends from Covenant Healthcare, IBW 692, Village Towing with the key player of the game, AAA Transport, the official apparel provider, shirts, mugs, and more. And, of course, the Pinconning Area Booster Club. And Johnson with a little dipsy-do right there, Jeff.
A little reverse kiss off the glass, and he caught him flat-footed. And the turnover. Johnson wants to go strong to the hole again, and they were just a little ahead of themselves. with an opportunity to go back up double digits. And I'll tell you right now, the Gladwin coach, Coach Paul has got to bring his big fella in. He didn't want to bring him back until the start of the fourth.
You've got to bring him back now, Jeff. Pinconning is playing too well. They're on a run. They're doing everything well. And this 2-2-1 full court zone press by Pinconning has absolutely frustrated the Flying G's.
It's really taken them out of their rhythm, it looks like, and they've had to expend a lot of energy just to break this.
What a great call coming out doing that in halftime.
Boy, the Gladwin Flying G's have been able to break that same thing the whole game, fighting for the loose ball down on the ground, and look who comes up with it, Zach Johnson, after Sackett had an opportunity. And at the other end of the floor, it's Almeida with a deuce. And it's a 10-point lead right now. And the Flying G's are forced to take another timeout. Mr. Moe is in the favor of the Pinconning area Spartans. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
In the fight against cancer, you are never alone. The Covenant Cancer Care Center pledges to stand by you every step of the way. And standing with us now is MD Anderson Cancer Network, a program of MD Anderson Cancer Center, one of America's leading cancer care providers. This extraordinary affiliation gives families unprecedented access to world-renowned cancer treatment plans close to home. Together, we can fight cancer, hand in hand.
Back here on Bay County TV, did we just get that coast to coast there?
A little bit.
Boy, she started at one, and she kept doing flip and flip. I got tired and dizzy just watching her, but she got all the way down to the end. And when she got to the end, she said one more for good measure. Her pipes are screaming right now, I'll guarantee that.
To be young again, wouldn't it be nice?
Full of energy.
But I'll tell you what, Jeff, it has been an impressive third quarter for the Pinconning area Spartans. That 2-2-1 was a great call coming out at halftime by Coach Paschik.
And he's comfortable staying in it, too, until the Goshawks prove that they can finish it. Now, the Goshawks have got a different setup right now because they don't have Sackett, who's going to get it now there, and they try and go up over the top, and the adjustment was made so that they could get that secondary pass, and that's what they drew up. Schumann wide open for a three ball in the corner! Tickles the twine, Coach! Don't look now, but the Spartans up 13.
Wow!
And, a near turnover. The fans down on that end of the floor thought the Spartans were going to have their hands back on the ball. This place is alive, Coach. You got to love it.
That student section happens right in front of the student section, Jeff. But what a turn of events here for the Flying G's. 46-33. Spartans on a big-time run here.
And I just love the fact that they made a great adjustment because that ball came into Sackett, and then they would always throw it to Bragg, and he'd bring it up this near side. So what they do is they pull Zach Johnson over, and they make that first pass a tough one to go past that. And nope, and now he backs off. This time Janoski said, I didn't have the angle. I'm going to play it safe up 13. That's a great move. At the other end of the floor, as Zach Johnson, and we know he can bring it down the floor. He's trying to beat people down the floor. Elmida gets it back underneath. They can do no wrong right now. Pinconning Spartans on top by 50 with $1:30 left in the third.
A little two-man game right there on the ball side of the floor, Jeff. Outstanding by Johnson. Good passes, and again, frustration by the Flying G's. That 2-2-1 full court trap. Great substitution right here. Janoski going out, also number 2, Lupke. Great substitution with 1:20 to go in the third quarter and a 15-point lead. Going to be fresh legs starting the fourth.
And I'll tell you, there aren't fresh legs right now for the Goshawks as they're having trouble even getting that ball in. They just beat the 5 seconds on the way back. As Shea's going to try and take it to the hole, he brings it down on the floor, and they pull that ball away, and then we're going to have a Shea foul. Shea's like, we got a foul. He's more embarrassed. The little guy took the ball away from the biggin.
we love it when they do that, Jeff. Being an old point guard, we love it when the big fellas put that ball on the deck. That's what we want them to do. That's why we're going to come down and go after it.
And you got to love the fact the officials gave him a half a second to tear that thing apart.
Sure.
You don't make that quick call. You see if there's an advantage gained. And the Pinconning area Spartans with a minute left in the third, up 15. Boy, a basket here would certainly go a long way. Going strong to the hole to finish. Unable to finish, but the putback for the new Zach Johnson.
Wow. That Pinconning area Spartans are playing with some absolute passion right now, Jeff.
And a pick off of the inbound. Back to Blake Schumann again. Patient offense. They can afford to take the last shot of the quarter here. And I think unless they get hounded, why not do it?
Unless you got an open shot.
A deep to the line. Elmead on the trifecta. And they're up by 20 points here with 26 ticks left in the third. They're going to try and get Sackett down here low. Nope, they're going to pull up for a long three ball. Finally with an answer, number 11, Hunter Williams gets one.
That's Hunter's 10th point of the night, 12th point of the night, excuse me.
And they're going to have at least a 7-point lead. Zach Johnson goes back out. They got to let it fly. Strong to the hole. Can they get it off at the end of three? It's 53-36. The Spartans up by 17. Back in a moment for the Final Eight on Bay County TV.
It takes a lot to raise a family. A good job, a good salary, and some patience. A lot of people my age are drowning in college debt. But I chose a different path. I'm a member of the IBEW, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. I work hard for my job, and I love what I do. I had a lot of choices for my future, but I made the best choice for my family. IBEW, the right choice.
Well, and the fans and the students really came to life here in the third quarter. As again, Casey Paschik's got to tell these guys, okay, you're up 17. Play like you're up 17. Be smart, be patient offensively. Make the Goshawks work defensively to expend a lot of energy.
The 2-2-1 full court trap has worked tremendously, Jeff, and they've been solid on offense and good on defense, too.
Underneath,
Can't
they go to
stop
Zach
them.
Johnson. But the key to the 2-2-1 quiz is you got to make a basket before you can set up
Absolutely.
that 2-2-1.
Absolutely. So they pulled it off this time. Let's see what happens next time when they score.
At the other end of the floor, nice explosion to the hole by number 22, Bragg. And they'll trade baskets at this point.
Yeah.
That's not a problem for Pinconning.
Yep. Flying G's stay in that 2-3 matchup zone.
And again, don't force the ball in. Don't make anything happen that you don't need to. Wide open is Labine. Labine goes straight up. That shot is missed. Trying to take it back and around. Kissing it off the high glass is number 11, Dakota Mays. Down there in the land of the Giants. He says, you don't got to be a big one. There's an expensive piece of glass there that I'm planning on using.
Ooh, Dakota going up with the big fellas.
At the other end, Shea right at the corner of
Good
his
shot
range.
for him.
And we're going to have a foul. We're going the other way. That's number 4 on the big fella Sackett.
Yeah, I thought that was going against the Spartans, but Sackett, you're correct, Jeff. Picked up number 4. He didn't have any fouls in the first half. He's got 4 here in the second half, still has 10 points.
Well, he went out with about the 5-minute mark of the third quarter, and they had to bring him in with 2:34 just because of the penny run.
And that's cost him because he's picked up those fouls when he came back in.
Well, now he's going to have to play tentative.
Yep, I'd go right at him. Just like that. Oh,
if they would have just gone to the hole and gone up at the other end of the floor, the shot is missed. Look at the backside rebound. Guess who might have just picked up number 5?
It's going to be against the Flying G's. Team foul number 44.
They got 44, so Shea picks it up. But I'll tell you what, Sackett was just had a big gulp in his throat. He thought for sure his night was done. Shea's got 4 on him now, too. Or, excuse me, just 2.
Yeah, just 2.
First one by Zach Johnson is off the mark. Quietly, Zach's got 14 points now. He didn't have much in the first quarter, but he's really starting to put them on now. But 26 for Janoski.
Nice job by both those players tonight. Janoski's just feeling it, Jeff. And when Johnson gets the ball down on the left block, and he's a left-hander, you know, Jeff, he's just too hard to stop. He's a big, strong, lanky kid.
Split of the 2 at the free throw line. 58-38, a 20-point lead. As the Goshawks coming down offensively, and you know they got to be burping up some 3 balls. Halfway down and missed as they're going to come the other way.
Nice pass.
Levine goes underneath to Dakota Mays. And again, I like the thought, but up 20, if it's not a sure thing, woo, you just pull her back. But now they get to go back into the 2-2-1.
Yeah, you know what? And sometimes you're just flowing and it's going good, Jeff. And it was the right play. It just didn't do it.
At the other end, the shot is missed. I think they're probably going to get Zach Johnson. Nope. Janoski, okay.
That's Tommy's first team foul, number 3. Jeff at the line for the Gladwin Flying G's. Hunter Williams going to shoot 2 with 5:49 to go here in the ball game.
Well, you know they love the fact that they're going to have an opportunity to score a couple of points with no time coming off the clock.
You know, one of the things that I noticed, Jeff, and I've been wanting to say, we got a little break here, is the point guards. You got Lupke and you've got number 4, DJ Levine. Those guys are doing a great job for that point guard position with that solid fast break, under control, head up, looking down the floor for their teammates who are open.
Well, Levine's only a sophomore, too, so it's great. And there's a nice skip pass, and they're moving the ball around. Again, patient on offense.
I love that short corner shot.
Yep. That was a great wide open look from 8, but that's a real tough shot, that intermediate jumper. Nope, they're going to have a little push before he went down the lane. And that'll be team foul number 4 on the Spartans with 5:22 left in the fourth quarter.
Dakota Mays will pick up his first personal, like you said, Jeff, team foul number 4. And what I like about that short corner right there, Jeff, they just run a guy just behind the backboard, just about 2 or 3 feet outside the lane in that short corner. So you can go high-low, or sometimes you can go low to high and get that pass and get an elbow jump shot.
And if you feel
like
the
that.
double, you look for the
opposite.
Go opposite and skip pass.
Good job by Coach Passick going to a little bit different offense in that short corner.
Officials are talking with one of the fans about something. And now we're going to go back to playing ball. As the Goshawks just barely beat that inbound. The big fella comes up and he says, I'm not just a threat underneath the basket. I'm going to tickle the twine from 21.
That's his 13th point officially.
Again, can't stress patience enough as they go underneath, and there's another. It's a great look by Janoski, but another miss. And I think that Pinconning's got to be looking right now to take time off the clock more than anything. And they got another foul there. It looked like he was trying to play a little pinball going into the middle.
Lupke with his first team foul, number 5. And again, I like the way that young man's been playing tonight, Jeff, getting up and down the floor from that point position with Levine. They did a nice job quarterbacking this basketball team.
As they try and go underneath. The shot is missed, and look at Johnson just being active enough. He knew he couldn't get the rebound, so let's try and tip it out of the defender's hands.
Yeah, nice verticality right there, Jeff, and didn't slap at the ball, didn't do anything.
As they come
one of our younger
down.
fans.
And again, we got to show Janoski's wide open for the 3 ball.
Oh, yeah.
And he says, I'm going to tickle the twine more for 29 points. He's the one player on the floor right now. If he's got the open look at any time offensively, you got to let it fly.
Man.
He's feeling, like you said, that thing's as big as a hula hoop for him right now.
There's nothing better, my friend. There's nothing better. A little late foul. Got him with the body. Didn't get him with the hand, but I think he got him with the body.
Nope, they're calling him across the arm.
Oh, did they? I thought
we
he got
one
him with the
official
body.
here on the floor tonight that's probably made about 90% of the calls. Janoski picks up the foul, and that's his second.
Team foul number 6, Jeff. 4:06 to go here in the ball game.
Looking at the clock right now, in the last 2 minutes, the Goshawks have only taken 1 point off of the board as the first of 2 from Sackett misses. And that's the important thing that you have to look at. When you've played 2 minutes since you were up 20, and now you're still up 19, you'll take that percentage.
Yep.
So now it just comes down to a battle of the time attrition.
You could just feel a little bit different here in the second half, Jeff, when the Spartans went to that 2-2-1 full court pressure. It just changed the dynamic of this game. The feeling was different.
Well, and the thing is that I brought up earlier, Coach, that's a great defense, but you got to make a shot before you can set up in it. And they scored 26 points in the third, so they were obviously able to set up in it quite often.
Very often.
They're going to shoot the 1-and-1 that was on the floor.
Good call.
Yep.
Fouls on number 21, Zach Johnson. Jeff, that's his third personal. Team foul number 7 against the Spartans.
Boy,
and Janoski's doing a great job, but the Flying G's aren't making their free throws, Jeff.
When you got an opportunity, like we said, to score points with no time coming off the clock, now they go underneath. Wow. I didn't see that.
I was blocked, so I cannot comment on it, so I will not comment.
So you will not.
I didn't see it because I was blocked by a player.
As they come down the floor again, 3:45 and counting left in the ball game. Out of control to the hole. Sackett with the rebound and the putback, but that's all right. That is no problem at all. Now, again, if I'm Pinconning, I'm going to say, guess what? Unless I have an open layup, I'm going to take 30 seconds off every possession down the floor. As they go underneath the Janoski, they bring that ball back around.
Good ball movement. Man, I'll tell you what. When you got ball movement like that, my friend.
They're in rhythm.
And Flying G's going to have to go man-to-man next time down the floor.
Because, if nothing else, you're going to take time off the clock. And look, they fight for that loose ball.
Man, good hustle.
Yep. When you get the old floor cherry going down for a loose ball, you know that's good stuff.
You're going to have to get the Kramer analgesic strawberry ointment out from back in the 70s.
Not the analgesic.
Ooh, baby.
As they come back down the floor, set up for their three. Shade shuffled the Tootsies and got away with it. And now the Flying G's are going to take a timeout. And we're going to take a quick break with 2:57 left. It's still the Spartans by 18. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
You treat your family with extraordinary care every day, which is why when it comes to their health, more of you choose Covenant Healthcare. We specialize in extraordinary care, from diagnosis to recovery, from babies to grandparents. Learn more about our extraordinary bariatrics program. Sign up for our free seminar.
There's the first.
Back on Bay County TV. Who are those two guys? Hey, nice looking shirt.
Yeah, great looking shirt. Couple faces for radio right there.
Oh, yes, indeed. As we've got 2:57 left in the ball game right now. Again, Pinconning with that 18-point lead right now, gobbling up time is their best friend.
Yeah, Jeff, I think you're going to see a little bit of time come off. Now you're going to see the Flying G's come out a little half-court trap, try to pick up the tempo, get some turnovers.
And you know that they're going to take their time up top. And again, that ball tipped away, but
good call.
No need to attack the basket right now. Just be patient offensively and make the Goshawks put you at the free throw line where you know you're going to score points. Zach Johnson, the ball tipped away by Almeida, will go back over to the Flying G's.
Well, that was a good shot right there, Jeff. You got the bunny 2 feet in. You're just a little bit too strong, but a good job by the Pinconning area Spartans getting the ball to Johnson tonight.
Well, Johnson will make that shot more often than not, but I'll tell you, when you got Twin Towers, I thought we had a walk before the contact, but maybe the contact caused the walk.
Foul on number 21, Johnson for the Spartans, Jeff, his fourth. Team foul number 8 for the Pinconning area Spartans. Officially, Johnson has 15 points for the Spartans. Almeida has 10 for the Pinconning area Spartans. So they've got 3 players in double figures on the floor right now, Jeff. Janoski with the lead with 29 big ones.
He's had a game, boy, over double his season average. As the first free throw is good. As Sackett gets his 16th point of the ball game.
That's a nice little scoreboard up there.
I love it.
That is really nice. We got a good seat right here, too.
We got the perfect angle. Sackett with a bend of the knees and a flick of the wrist. He's a little strong on that second offering. Split of the 2 at the free throw line with 2.5 left. Boy, they're not even picking him up. They're letting him take 9 seconds off the clock, walking it up the floor. And again, Pinconning doesn't need to attack the hole. They just need to take it easy as the shot goes up. Third opportunity is good for Zach Johnson after Lupke put it up. And the second shot went up, and there to clean it all up and back up by 19 with 2 minutes left. And again, we've had another 2-minute stretch where the Goshawks have not been able to cut into that 19-point lead. We're going to take a quick break and be back in a moment on Bay County TV.
Just like Daddy, huh?
They'll probably never know about his thousands of hours of on-the-job training.
Here you go, Daddy.
Or that he spent as much time in the classroom as someone with a master's degree. You and I know he's one of the experts when it comes to electricity, part of a team committed to doing the job right. They call him Dad. You call him the electrician right down the street. IBEW, the power professionals in your neighborhood.
Back on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you, Jared and Natalie Doan on the cameras, Nick Page producing and directing. This has been a fun one if you're a Pinconning Spartan fan.
Yeah, absolutely an impressive showing tonight by Coach Pashik, his coaching staff, and the Pinconning area Spartans.
3-ball going up. Johnson gets the rebound. Him and Janoski both were up high enough in the Raptors to change one of the light bulbs. As they go back onto the offensive set, they go right underneath the Janoski. That ball tipped away. Janoski tried to get it back, but with a $1:45 left in the ball game, it's still a 19-point Spartan lead.
Dylan Brady into the game for the Spartan, gets his first personal foul, Jeff. Also, Lupke's still in there, number 4. DJ Labine, number 12. Gavin Almeida, number 21 is Zach Johnson, and Janoski's still in there. So, $1:37 to go.
1-1 on the free throw as the first is good from Hunter Williams.
It's a nice game tonight.
He's got 14 in the ball game now.
I even got 14 on my sheet.
You're a machine, though, Coach. As a split of the two at the free throw line. And again, as you said, Coach, the Goshawks have done no good for themselves at the free throw line.
Absolutely not.
As they go underneath, why not have 31 points in the ball game? He just comes down the floor smiling because it just is coming easy for him tonight.
That was a tough shot. I thought that was going down by Williams.
And on the offensive end, trying to make it happen, just be patient. And what are we going to have? A little travel first. With $1:06 left in the game, they've weathered another minute of this game without Gladwin cutting into the lead. I would say it's pretty safe to say that the Pinconning area Spartans are going to win this one tonight.
Yeah, Janoski's going to leave, Jeff, with a total of 31 points. And also we'll add up Johnson when at the end of the game, but he had a nice game also.
As there's a nice blow by to the hole that time by Williams. And again, don't race down the floor. Slow down, take your time, and just chew the clock.
Like you're taking a slow train.
Yes, indeed. Kick it back out. Take your time. Mr. Schumann says, I'm a senior. I'll show you how to eat a little clock here. With 30 ticks left in the ball game, an 18-point Spartan lead. As now they're doing exactly what
they've been listening to the Bay County TV.
That is where you need to be, pulling up from 18. That shot is up, but they chewed up a whole lot of time. And, boy, you just don't want to pick one of those up 80 feet from the basket.
Fouls on number 20. No one's there. His first team foul, number 10. Oh, guess what we made, too? Team foul number 10.
Double secret
probation.
Vern Dean
Vernon Wormer.
I was all tongue-tied.
You've been on double secret probation since the beginning of the semester, kids. Nice shot.
Yes, indeed. There's only one thing you can do then. That's have a toga. Second free throw attempt coming up here from the Goshawks. Another nice shot from number 22, Bragg. So now walking the ball up the floor. This should be the ending to a great ball game. I don't think the Goshawks are going to come out and contest anything. And And that's all there is.
There isn't any more.
The final score in our ball game, 68-52. The Pinconning area Spartans with an impressive victory. We'll be back in a moment to put the wraps on this one on Bay County TV.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
Back with the post-game show on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you. 26-12 in the third quarter really turned the tide in this game.
It really was, Jeff, and I'm going to contribute Pinconning's success in that third quarter to the 2-2-1 full court trap. It just gave the Flying G's at Gladwin nightmares. They couldn't figure it out. And the Pinconning area Spartans got the turnovers and turned them into quick baskets. And 26 points in one quarter is impressive.
Well, again, though, we talked during the game. You can't set that up until you make a basket. And when you score 26 points, you have a lot of opportunities to do that. But I think what the real goal was to expend a lot of energy bringing the ball down the floor, and that was the other thing that it accomplished.
Well, and it did, and it hurt the Flying G's. They couldn't really do anything with it, even when they did get across the 10-second line, Jeff. But also, when you're feeling your team is a little bit flat, maybe there was something going on at halftime that Coach Paschik, said, we're a little flat going into halftime. Maybe I'll come out and I'll spruce it up a little bit. You put on a 2-2-1 press so your team can also get some energy too.
How about Janoski tonight? 31 points in the ball game. He started early and often, and as you said during the game, Coach, that basket looked like a hula hoop for him tonight.
It's a wild feeling if you've never had it. I've been fortunate to have a couple times. Everything you throw up there is going in. The basket looks like a hula hoop, and it went into the tune of 31, made his free throws. Also, Jeff, when he got there, Johnson got 17 up there, and then Elmida got 10. So, good balanced scoring for the Pinconning area Spartans. Offensively, defensively, they did everything extremely well tonight.
And Zach Johnson tonight really started off slow, but he didn't get frustrated. He didn't get down. He knew his time would come. And, boy, he started scoring often once he started putting it in the hole.
That's what I like about that young man, Jeff. The maturation of him when we saw him as a freshman up on the varsity to where he is as a junior today. You can see that young man's a leader. He doesn't get frustrated, and he understands that if he's not scoring, he can help the team out in other ways.
I think Pinconning's pretty happy to have Bay County TV here. They're 2-0 on the season with Bay County TV at their games.
Doesn't hurt, does it? We love coming up here, Jeff, and it's such a great place to do a game, and the fans are so good, and they rolled out the green and white carpet for us, and we
one of the few times we enjoy standing on the green and white carpet too, but that's another story.
That's a whole other story, and we came away with a 50-50. So hey, it's been a good night for everybody. Thank Mike View and Kerry Lawler, the athletic director here, and all our friends up in Pinconning, and again, Covenant Healthcare, IBEW, AAA Transport, Village Towing, and our friends from Shirts, Mugs, and More in our Booster Club. We're kind of winding down, but man, we've had a good winter so far.
Well, they're starting to turn the lights on us
because Janoski shot the lights out.
On behalf of the whole crew, I'm Jeff Doan along with Mike Wisdala, Jared and Natalie Doan on the film. And producing and directing, as always, extraordinaire Nick Page. Have a great night, and we'll see you next week as we've got John Glenn and Garber to finish the regular season.
We'll see you at Glenn.